we'll look at how to use functions from the count family. So namely, we're going to be looking at count, CountA, count, and Countifs. Now, count is used to count how many items in a list contains a number, right? So we have the count that counts cell that contains numbers, all right? So for example, equal count A1 to A2, all right? So it will tell you how many cells within that range contain numbers. We have the count A that counts cells that are not empty. So once a cell is not empty, once a cell contains something, whether it's number or letter or words, it will be counted. Then we have the countif. The countif counts the number of cells that meet just one specific condition. And we also have the countifs, which will count the number of cells that meets multiple conditions. We're going to look at how we can use them in this sheet here left. Let's look at that quickly. So here we want to find the number of students. So we want to count how many students we have in the spreadsheet. All right, because a small amount we can actually look on it and know, but imagine it was a very big spreadsheet. All right, so we have like about 6 persons here. So if we say equal count, if you make a mistake and try to count the names, if you remember the count function only count numbers. So if you try to count the names, even though it's 6 names there, it's gonna give us 0. All right. So if you want to use count, we'll have to say equal count. I use the numbers here, and that will count the numbers for us. All right. If we wish to count the names, that is, if we wish to count the count using the names, we'll have to say something like, let me just make it right here. Equal count A, and then we can highlight our names. All right, so B to be same. All right, but if we use the count with anything but number, we're gonna get 0. All right, so count can only be used to count numbers, as you can see. All right, let's see if we can get the number of boys. Again, if you want to count the number of boys, again, it's gonna be based on a condition. So of course, we're gonna be looking at the count if. So let's say something like equal count if, open brackets, and the range in this case, we're with the genders, and the one that we're counting, since it's boys, we're gonna put male, and that will tell us that we have 3 boys. All right, so I challenge you to put in the function to get the number of females. All right, let's try this one. Number of boys in cadets. Think about it, how many criteria are we working with? So the boys will be based on the gender. The cadet will be based on the clubs. So which therefore means that we can use Countifs, because Countifs is used to count the number of cells that needs multiple criteria. So like in this case, when I say equal Countif, it's open bracket. All right. So the first thing it asks for is the criteria range. So in this case, C2 to C7. And within C2 to C7, we're going to get the male. All right, the next criteria that we are working with is a club. And for the club, the one that we're looking for is cadets. So you have that comma. All right, so as many criteria you have, you could specify. All right, so that's it. And it tells us that we have how many boys in cadet. We have 1 boy in cadet. Thanks so much again.